watching live at Spectrum tonight, P76 and Clint Wilson. Please welcome your host, Brett Glover.
G'day and welcome to Live at Spectrum. We're right here in Gippsland, made by Gippslanders, supporting Gippsland musicians. It's been a great weekend so far, I think you'd all agree. Hey, how's that yellow and black, eh? It's filled with Richmond supporters tonight. Look, I've got to admit something, I actually don't barrack for Richmond at all. I actually barrack for St Kilda, but I grew up going to Richmond Saints games because back in the 80s that was the only team we could ever beat. So we used to get very excited if St Kilda or Richmond ever got off the bottom of the ladder. So this is the next best thing tonight. Just a shout out to the Jared family. We used to go down a lot to games with. Won't talk too much footy tonight, but it does cause a little bit of controversy for our show tonight as well. I'll tell you a bit about that in a tick. We've got a wonderful live studio audience in. They've been very boisterous already. Give yourselves a clap already, studio audience. Wonderful. And keep it going for my friend on the microphone, Mr. Trent McCurdy.
Thank you very much. Great to be back. And hey, look, I just love the outfit tonight. It makes a nice change from what happened last time.
Mate, let's keep bringing that up, right? Now, look, it feels good to be wearing it. I feel like I could get out in the field and actually have a run. But I'll tell you what, it does cause a bit of a problem for us because P76 lead singer Danny McDonald did a gig last night in Swan Street at the Corner Hotel. Oh. So, which will now forever be known as Sector 1, because I think it got a bit boisterous down there last night, Trent. So we're not sure if Danny's going to make it tonight. Hopefully he makes it in for the second act of the night tonight, though.
Yeah, and we have got obviously P76 and Clint Wilson coming up on the show tonight, but we want to hear from you on the phone and on our Facebook Live feed. So if you want to text a message to us tonight, the number is 0411 489 777. You can leave a message on our Facebook Live feed, and don't forget you can listen to us on 99.5 and 99.9 TRFM and via their website trfm.com.au because we are simulcasting the show live.
Yeah. And just a reminder, also live tonight is the NRL Grand Final. And there goes half our audience. So that was good, all right? But if you want to see, go Storm, all right? If you want to get on that bandwagon, let's go for it. But it is a night of firsts tonight as well, Trent. This is the first time at Live at Spectrum history we've had two bands.
Yeah.
That's two sets of drummers. Which worries me, Trent.
And it's going to get pretty loud in here too, which we've already warned our audience about. Now, Brett, there is something very important that we need to start off the show with. This is actually the second time you've appeared on the show without your beard.
Oh, right, yeah.
And it's caused quite a bit of controversy.
Oh, no.
So we've had letters and emails and messages. So, you know, the audience was a little bit divided. We thought that we would go out and ask the public what they thought of you without a beard.
Oh, surprises.
Had a girl. Well, there's been a lot of famous beards over the years. Ned Kelly, Peter Russell Clark, George Lucas, this lady. We wouldn't love these people if it wasn't for their famous face fuzz, which is why we've hit the streets today to ask the question, Brett Glover, beard or no beard? Oh, and I brought Jeff from P76 along with me today to help out.
Hey,
Tells me to shave, tells me to shave.
And we're asking a question about our host, who has recently shaved off his beard. And we wanted to know if you thought he looked better with his beard or without. So we're going to show you the picture.
Oh.
With the beard. Here's a man with a beard. We could ask you. Hello. We've got a quick question. Do you want to...
This one, the beard.
All right.
I'm going to go beard. Yeah. Yep.
Beautiful.
No worries.
All right, thank you.
And we loved it when you had Molly Moore on.
And that's the same guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Beard or no beard?
Beard.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Two for the beard.
Which do you prefer?
Which one do you think he looks nicer in?
He looks younger here.
Looks more mature with a beard, mate, I reckon.
Oh, with, yeah.
Why?
He looks sexier with it.
It's like that 2 day. It's like that 3 day stubble.
Yeah.
Oh, sexier. Don't put that bit in.
You don't like the beard? What do you think, beard or no beard?
It's not really a beard. It's got a stubble.
Yeah, mine's
I can grow better than that.
That's not him.
No, that's
a different guy.
He's better looking than
Oh, I see.
Yes.
I like him with his beard.
One more for the beard. The beard, smashing, no beard.
I really don't care.
Oh, either way.
Yeah.
Well,
He looks like a bit of a monkey without it, actually.
A monkey.
With the beard or without? Have a
Definitely
look.
without.
without.
You've got to look at the picture though.
Oh, no, with.
Hey, Bruce Wayne, can we ask you a question for our TV show?
Better with the beard.
With the beard.
Why?
He doesn't look 15 years old.
Just shows that he's a bit of a man.
Yeah, because he looks younger now.
Or I'd say with.
Jeff's holding up the traffic.
I think he looks distinguished.
So you're going to ask your husband to grow his beard back, or maybe a beard
What about
like
that? I think that's grouse. That's my favourite.
How long have you been working on your beard?
Couple weeks.
It's looking pretty good. Hey, can we ask you a question for our TV show live at Spectrum?
Sure, boys.
Our host has recently shaved off his beard, and we're asking everyone, what do you think? Do you prefer him with the beard or without?
Oh, look, I'd have to say with, yes.
Why is that?
Oh, well, it's just baby face without it. You can't tell if it's a bloke or a woman. There's nothing.
Glover, I'm going to take the razors away from you, son.
Yeah,
It looks nice.
Yeah.
Beard, I reckon.
Why?
Yeah. Looks like a child, sort of.
Makes him a little bit more manly, doesn't it?
Yeah. No beard. Why no beard?
Because it looks like a spud.
Oh, I think he's gorgeous anyway.
Really?
Yeah.
So he's a bit of a 10 out of 10 as far as
Oh,
you're
I
concerned.
think so, yes. I'd have him any day, with or without the beard.
Wow.
Oh, Brett. He looks so much younger there. But, beard. Probably beard, yeah.
He's better looking with the beard.
Yeah, definitely.
And what about you, madam?
Oh, I can't see well enough to give an opinion.
Oh,
I'm
that's
sorry.
all right. You probably dodged a bullet there. Do the ladies gravitate more towards you now that you have a beard? Beard or no beard?
Beard or no beard? No beard. Grouse.
Beard.
Why?
Because you can see his double chin. And what about...
With his beard here. Still looks nice there.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you.
Sir McFarlane Burnett, what do you think? Beard or no beard? Well, Jeff, looks like it's been a landslide.
It has indeed. The beard's got to come back, Glover.
We want to see it for the finale. Get to it.
Got me a beard. Got me a beard.
Wow, that was incredible. Now, Brett, as
what?
you see, the public have actually spoken, and I wanted to make a little presentation to you just so that we get you ready to go. There, we need you to pop that on tonight. There's your stand-in beard. We want to thank you, the band The Beards, for allowing us to use that song in the clip tonight. We also had a special
thanks, guys.
message.
That was great.
The band have actually sent in a message, which we're going to show up on the screen. Have a look now. Just we wholeheartedly condemn your host and consider his crime reprehensible and irredeemable. That's from the band The Beards. But honestly, we must say that we had so many people on that segment who actually have watched the show.
Look at you.
And think you do an amazing job. So there's a lot of love for you out in the public. But
You're right. Try to put some
no,
cotton
seriously,
candy in
but
the
they
top,
just want to
whatever.
see the beard back. So I think it's worth a round of applause.
Tell you what, when you host a show like this, you just got to learn to cop it sweet, don't you? What else is coming on tonight's show?
We'll save the other surprises for later.
Excellent. We do have P76 on tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Jeffy, you just saw, playing the drums tonight. As some great. Can you hear me at all? Some great story. You shall not pass. We better get straight into this, I think. Our first guest is a storyteller, 3MDR radio host, and a Peter Garrett impersonator from West Gippsland. His music is described as folk, Americana and alt country with influences from the likes of Paul Kelly and Neil Finn. Please enjoy the stories about to be told by Clint Wilson.
Thank you. Thanks.
I don't even know where I'm going. The sun's flashing by so fast. The next stop will be my last. No one is out here but me. No headlights for miles. The stars are much brighter out here, away from the city. The sun's flashing by so fast. The next stop will be my last. Hey! I pull up, fuel lights on red. It's morning, but still dark. I step out and reach for the sky. I'm tired, I made it. The sun's flashing by so fast. The next stop will be my last. And if I time this trip just right, I know I'll make it home tonight. I'll make it, 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 I'll make it. Thank you. This one's called Brandy and Soda. You don't know I'm leaving, but I'll be leaving soon. I'll take with me my stories, the rest I'll leave to you. Memories of the summer, the beach house by the bay. Watch over my great-grandchildren, I watch them grow and play. And please, one more brandy and soda before you go. Please, one more brandy and soda before you go. All those times we've spoken, I said what I had to say. Doctor said my heart is broken. Not going home today. Please, one more brandy and soda before you go. Please, one more brandy and soda before you go. You're sat in the next room. Remember me, my favorite color, the smell of my perfume. I've gone to find my husband and his Mercedes-Benz. I know I'm leaving early before my closest friends. Please, one more brandy and soda before you go. Please, one more brandy and soda before you go. Thank you. This next one's called Hungover. True story. That's not. Jumped in the water, it's cold at first. My sunburnt skin stings, but not for too long. It won't be the last time that I'm burnt this year. This water, it's deep, the next day it's gone. See, there's friends and there's friends and there's you. We've been friends for so long, I'd hate to think that we're through. But man, it's hard work, and I'm doing just fine. Let's let it all float away. We could meet at a bar. It'd be good to catch up. We'll drink the place dry. then go try our luck. See, there's friends and there's friends and there's you. We've been friends for so long, I'd hate to think that we're through. But man, it's hard work, and I'm doing just fine. Let's let it all float away. I wake up hungover, the sun shines through the sheets. So sweaty, so tired. Did I get any sleep? Then I remember my dream. You were all in it. If you love someone, don't tell her what you really think. See, there's friends and there's friends and there's you. We've been friends for so long, I'd hate to think that we're through. But man, it's hard work, and I'm doing just fine. Let's let it all float away.
Thank you.
Sound good, sound great. Nice stuff. Great start, Jay. Oh, sorry, mate. Come across. Clint Wilson, yay! Come across, have a chat. I always make the mistake, sometimes we start the interview, there's a microphone right in front of your face. Then we go back and watch it afterwards. It looks like you've got a nose, it's shaped like a microphone. You can always grow a beard, though, just to cover those sorts of things up. People like beards.
Love them.
Now, I'll let you introduce the band before we get going on.
Yeah, we've got Zach Jacobs over here.
G'day, Zach. Tigers supporter. Happy man.
We've got Bo Hutchinson over here on the drums.
Well done, Bo.
And to Shayla Hutchinson over here.
Well done. So we've got to explain, last time we had an episode, you were in here in the audience.
Yeah.
And at the very last minute, we decided to get you up for Beat Glover.
It was fun.
And we got you impersonating Peter Garrett pretty quickly.
It's terrible.
Did you get some feedback about that?
I had heaps of feedback about it, yeah.
What kind of feedback did you get?
Bad feedback.
But you're used to this sort of thing.
No, it's good, yeah.
When you're hosting a show, you have to cop a bit of flack and put yourself on the line. And you host a radio show on 3MDR.
Yeah, 97.1.
Yeah.
Breakfast with Clint and Ange. Yeah.
On a Friday morning?
Friday mornings, yeah.
Where's the station based?
We're up in Emerald, but you'll pick it up out here, I think.
Yeah, beautiful part of it. You can listen to it online.
Yeah, I'll stream it online, yeah, for sure.
Does Ange give you a hard time when you're doing the show on a Friday morning?
Gives me heaps, yeah. It's good, keeps me on my toes.
So music-wise, you've been doing some busy things lately.
Yeah.
You've been recording and...
Yeah, just released a single that we're going to play next.
With that?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's vinyl.
Yeah.
Good little bit of vinyl there.
Yeah.
Press that. What made you want to go there in the vinyl track? Spend the extra cash.
I think it's cool watching it spin around and listening to music, but I struggled selling CDs. No one's got a CD player anymore. So I thought, I'll get some vinyl. New cars are coming out without CD players. They're not coming out with...
They're coming out with vinyl?
Record players.
You'd skip a fair bit, I would say. But you've obviously been listening to this a fair bit, and you like the sound out of the vinyl?
Beautiful, yeah.
How's it different to getting it off
sounds warm.
iTunes or something like that?
Just sounds warm and not as clear, that's for sure. But
yeah.
But if you'd like one...
I just found it interesting. Well, we've got some in the boot here tonight.
Yeah, bootload.
We'll find out where to get them off you as well. How you going?
Really good.
Sorry, I just lost my way. I was talking to you the other morning, and you had Glenn Triggs in the studio with you as well.
Local filmmaker.
Yeah, and he's played a bit of a role in the making of this album as well.
Yeah, he shot the film clip to "Don't Stir Your Coffee If It's Cold," the single off that. Yeah, it was fun. It's just 3.5 minutes of people stirring a cup of coffee, more or less.
Did you come up with the idea for that, or was that something you and Glenn sat down, stirring coffee?
We sat down over
about?
a coffee and worked it out.
And what's the song actually about? Because there's some subtitles that come with the film clip as well.
I was sitting down. I'm not sure what it's about. I think it's about a couple in a rut, and maybe the coffee could be their relationship. It's gone cold. They probably shouldn't be persisting with the relationship. Maybe, not sure.
So how do you write then? Because I like just then you had 2 songs in a row. One was brandy and soda.
Yeah.
Do you really drink that?
My nan drank it. It's about my nan. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, right.
Yeah.
So
I've tried it a bit.
Have you? What's it taste like?
Watery. Brandy.
Fair enough.
With some bubbles.
I noticed the next song was called Hangover.
Yeah.
So I figured I was telling the whole story here. This is epic.
Yeah, it's like a concept gig. Yeah.
Is there some truth into these songs?
A little bit. The brandy and soda one's about my grandmother.
Yep.
And just stuff that she likes and memories, I suppose, we have of her. And Hungover was just... I spent a lot of time up on the Murray River.
Yep.
And I've woken up hungover a few times up there, so I suppose it's
on the Murray?
Once on the bank of the Murray, yeah. I don't remember too much.
Jesus Christ, you get all these things to go into songs, absolutely. And you had a launch for the single as well?
Yeah, up in Belgrave at the Sookie Lounge. It went well. It was a fun gig. We had, I think there was 7 of us up on stage. Piano, accordion and mandolin. Everyone we recorded with, pretty much, yeah. That's on there.
And
it's good.
It comes with another accessory too, the album.
Tea towels.
What the heck's going on there?
A lot of people are doing tea towels.
Really?
Yeah.
This is the first I've heard. I've heard of hot sauce. I've seen that before.
Yep.
But people just had the hot sauce and didn't listen to the song. So, but you've got tea towels.
Very absorbent. Made
really, a lot of people doing tea towels.
Yeah, and they're selling like
tea towels,
like hotcakes, but like tea towels as well. Yeah.
Well, why? Why tea towels? What's the go?
You have them forever. You have them for a while. You can use it if you want, or just hang it up, and they last forever. As long as you're careful.
Check it out. How would you like one of these tea towels?
Yeah.
Not t-shirts, tea towels. This is the
tea towels. Yeah.
Wooden spoons.
Maybe.
Knives, sets.
No, nothing else.
Trent's over there. He's often busy online, and we're hearing from a few of your mates tonight.
We've had a lot of messages come through.
Got a score update from the NRL Grand Final?
Nothing so far. Go Sports. 0411 489 is our number if you want to send a message through or leave us something on our Facebook Live feed. We've had some photos coming through. Let's get the first one on the screen now. This is Bella and Watson watching live at Spectrum tonight. So thank you for sending that through, Bella. Tina Bartle says she loves the beard. I'm assuming the fake one that you were wearing before. Leanne Wilson Hutchinson says, what a great sound, is watching in Torquay tonight. Madeline, is it Tims, who says she's a cute drummer? Did I say that right? Is it?
It's backwards. She's a teacher.
Oh, okay. Oh, Smith. Oh, I get it. Sorry. Of course. Madeline Smith. And one more photo has come through. These kids are big fans of the show, and they say, we love you, Dad.
Oh, that's my kids. Look at that.
There we go. Who's minding them tonight? They look like they're by themselves.
I just left them with an online account for poker machines. That'll be right, yeah.
So keep your messages coming through. 0411 489 And Brett, I just did want to mention that we have 2 great stories coming up tonight. One is on Ben Smith, who is the music teacher at Traf High School. So that is fantastic. And the Push had their Face the Music mentoring session in Traralgon the other week. So we'll be featuring that story very soon, as well as Beat Glover.
Yeah, who's beating me tonight?
Oh, it's a surprise.
Another surprise.
Another surprise.
Oh, here we go. Hey, so speaking of school, Clint, come back. Don't go away from here. We haven't finished. Did you do music at school? Was that part of your educational experience?
Yeah.
What did you do at school with your music program?
I was a drummer back then.
Yeah?
Yeah, I played a bit of guitar, but mainly drums at school. Yeah.
Do you think that's a big part of...
Yeah, of course. It got me into it more. I don't know how the other subjects benefited from it, but...
Were you one of those guys that spent a lot of time at the music department playing an instrument when you should have been studying for your maths exam or whatever?
Most of it, yeah.
Yeah. And then how'd you continue on with that after high school?
Yeah, so I've been in heaps of bands and doing heaps of cover gigs. I still do heaps of cover gigs, and I think it got to the start of 2016, and I thought I'm going to start finishing some songs off. I had heaps of half-finished stuff, and just sat down and wanted to start doing my own stuff. It was good, yeah.
And why do you do it?
I just love it. I don't know. It's a good way to express yourself, and therapeutic, I suppose, as well. Writing.
And you mentioned Suki Lounge before as well.
Yeah.
We're thinking that's probably the closest venue to Gippsland that is full-time supporting original musicians.
They're great.
What is that venue? You've obviously, it meant a lot to you to have your launch there. What kind of a venue is it?
Just it's pretty, I think it holds a few hundred people. It's very warm, but it doesn't feel spread out. When you're in there, it would still feel full with 50 people in there. Yeah. And not too far from home. Yeah.
You love it up there, don't you?
Love it.
I love it up in the mountains. We should all move up there to be a more peaceful place if we all went there. Anyway, we're going to play another song now. This is Clint Wilson. You're going to play the title track.
Don't stir your coffee if it's cold.
No worries. So we'll give it another round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Clint Wilson.
Silence at the table, not much to talk about today. Watching the minutes just roll by, seems we've run out of things to say. You stir your coffee till it's cold. What are you thinking over there? What are you thinking over there? And what are you trying to find? Stirring you up inside. Don't stir your coffee if it's cold. This house is always changing. Walk over to the kitchen sink. You wash over your face, salted tears dried on your cheeks. Look out the window, sun is hiding. Most of the dark clouds turn to rain. Most of the dark clouds turn to rain. And what are you trying to find? It's stirring you up inside. Feeling like we lost the fight. When you're gonna feel alright? Don't stir your coffee if it's cold. What are you trying to find? It's stirring you up inside. Feeling like we lost the fight. When you're gonna feel alright? Don't stir your coffee if it's cold. Thank you.
Clint Wilson. The single is out on vinyl now. Don't stir your coffee if it's cold. Also contains the song Brandy and Soda. Where can you get a copy of that?
It's on iTunes and Spotify, or you can message me on my Facebook page, Clint Wilson Music, and I'll send you one out.
And you're probably wondering what's under the album.
Photo of Aiden.
That's a photo of Aiden. We know Aiden, our cameraman, and camera number, I think he's on number 2 these days, isn't he? How are you, Aiden? Having a good night? Well, we like to try and guess Aiden's age. He's the Benjamin Button of the Live at Spectrum world. We've had some guesses from all our acts, and we're down to, we're in between 31 and 150, thanks to a stupid guess from Frank. But what do you think Aiden's age is? Can we get a drum roll at all? Thanks. No. What do we think, Clint?
38.
38? Older than 38. He's unbelievable, this guy.
Crikey.
No, thanks for that guess. Anyway, that was really good. We're going to go to our next segment, but we've actually got to do a bit of a change over here, Trent.
Oh, well, we got some messages that I just wanted to quickly mention. Guys, just go about your business, if you will. So we've had some photos sent through. Let's get the first one up on the screen. This is some kids watching tonight. Oh, that's our producer, Brett Tippett's children. Big fans of the show and great kids as well. Yes, so, yeah, they do, don't they? I've just heard in my ear from your father, kids, you're meant to be asleep. So if you could do that now. Cindy Wilson has sent a message through, go Dad, love you. And also a photo has been sent through from the Sali family. I have to mention that because that's my wife and in-laws. Kim, who's usually on the social media, has gone to Queensland without me, so thanks very much. But great to know that the whole family's watching tonight, and happy 21st to little Nikki, who is having a birthday during the week. So
no worries.
Keep your messages coming through.
Well, this is going to be interesting because this is the first time we've had a whole band while we go to this segment, and we've got a 15-second intro for it.
Well, I'm thinking that perhaps let's roll the intro.
Okay, then it's time for Beat Glover. Righto. Oh, shit.
Wow, I can't believe we actually managed to get that done.
We haven't organised anyone.
This is Pete Glover. Now, we have a little bit of a surprise because we would like to welcome one of our crew members to the stage tonight to take you on, and that is Ben Sargood. Ben, if you would like to...
Ben Sargood, wow!
Let's give him a round of applause.
Let's give him a round of applause! Hey!
Or Ben So Good, as we saw his name in the credits. Now, we must point out, as Ben makes his way through the audience, that Ben usually writes all the quiz questions.
You know, did you write the questions already?
No, not tonight.
Oh, there you go. Well, how are you thinking we were going to do this?
So,
hey, he's made a big trip. Talk about commitment. This guy has actually been working in Brisbane for the last couple of weeks, and you're working the next week as well. And you've flown down here just to do Live at Spectrum. So I reckon you deserve a round of applause. Yes. What an idiot.
All right, let's run through it. If you've never seen it before in a quick quiz, it's a great quiz. The rules, 10 music questions, 1 point for each correct answer, 5 seconds to answer each question. For every correct answer, you'll hear this sound. For every incorrect answer, you'll hear this sound. When time is up, you'll hear this sound. All right, let's test the buzzers. Brett, if you'd like to test your buzzer first. All right, and Ben, your buzzer, please.
How did you grow your beard? How long did it take?
This is probably Mach 3 and about 18 months to get to this
18
point.
months. I got 1 month. All right, okay. It's going to be tough.
All right, let's get the first question rolling. Okay, you boys ready to go? Here we go. Question number 1. Whitney Houston was married to which famous US... Brett?
Bobby Brown.
Correct.
All right.
Round of applause for the correct answer. Thank you. All right.
He wasn't very nice to her, though, Trent.
No, he wasn't. We should point that out.
Yes.
Yeah. Question number 2. Who was the first Australian to win a Grammy Award? Here's 3 names that you can choose from.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Okay, didn't want to jump in.
Olivia Newton-John?
Well, that was option A. Option B is Helen Reddy, and option C is Keith Urban. Would you still like to lock in Olivia Newton-John?
I'd like to lock in Olivia, please.
You are incorrect. Question number 3.
Oh, does Ben get a go?
Oh, well, yeah, if you want to.
Helen Reddy.
Correct. Wow, that's pretty good.
Did you know that one already? He does. He knows stuff, Ben.
Question number 3. Legendary Maffra musician and good friend of Live at...
Michael Waugh, is that the answer,
That's
though?
part of the question. No point for that. Michael Waugh has just released a new single. What is its title? It's been all over Facebook. Go.
A little C word.
Correct.
Yeah,
well done. That's pretty good.
It's not, no, we're hesitating to clap that. Should we clap that? the little C word. It's not what you think. You should
No.
check it out. There's no swearing in that song
But
whatsoever.
it is a fantastic song, and a big hello to Michael if you're watching tonight. Question number 4. Listen to this piece of audio in reverse and give me the title of this 1973
Cool.
classic. Ben.
Nutbush.
Correct. Well done. All right, question number 5.
Was Ike involved in that one? Or was that just Tina Turner?
I think it was Ike as well.
Oh, he didn't treat his wife very well.
There's a bit of a theme going on tonight.
Yeah, what's
isn't it?
going on?
Yeah, we'll sack the person who
We're
wrote
in the
these questions,
bash
so I
their
won't
wives.
see you next show. Question 5. Brisbane band Regurgitator released 3 albums in the 90s. Name all 3. Brett.
2 playing?
Mm-hmm.
Unit?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the third
Oh,
one.
no, Ben, would you like to...
No, I got
Nah,
nothing.
it was Art.
Art!
So we can't give you a point for that, I'm afraid, Gloves, even though you got 2 out of the...
They didn't...
Controversial.
What was the one they did in the bubble? They recorded in the bubble.
I think it was
at Fed
called
Square.
Band in the Bubble.
It was called Band in the Bubble.
There you go.
That's an
All right.
awesome idea.
Question number 6. Mark Kingsmill, drummer with the Hoodoo Gurus, also played in which band? Here's your options. A, the Hitmen. B, the Saints. C, the Divinals.
I'll go the Saints. Go on the Saints.
Divinals?
Incorrect as well. The answer
Wow.
was the Hitmen. That was in 79
How
and
the
84.
mighty have fallen.
Yeah, I know, right?
Question number 7. Please listen to this audio.
Won't you take me to a funky town? Won't you take me to a funky town?
The 1986 hit for Pseudo Echo was originally a 1980 hit for which US group?
Lips Inc.
Correct. Wow, you're doing pretty well tonight.
Only
Clubsy.
tonight.
So I wrote the questions.
Yeah, seeing you had your backside handed to you last episode.
this
Question
is
number 8. 2
revenge.
popular Gippsland live music venues feature a Leonard speaker system. Name both, please. Yes, Ben.
The Bundy Hall for
Yep.
Live at the Bundy and Legends in Sale.
Correct. Well done. Wow.
You know your audio.
Scores are even at the moment. Question number 9. Name... Name the British trio responsible for that 19...
Right said Fred.
Correct.
Righto.
All right.
When are we gonna do Peter Garrett impersonation? I want to see Ben do his.
I'm just thinking we don't have a tiebreaker question, so we're just going to
You
go
won't
with
need it, mate.
the final. All right, here we go. The final question: which one of our contestants on Beat Glover tonight most resembles Captain Snooze?
Oh, look, does it need to be said? Like, do I look like Rob Quantock to you? Come on, give him a round of applause.
You
Let's
are
make it
correct.
Be me.
Do we have any props? Do we have any props?
No, we don't. We were trying to work on a Captain Snooze costume for you, but we left it for the last minute.
Oh, come
but
on.
I can
got
say
the beard props. You gave me a hard time. Let's give him a hard
I
time.
just bought the real thing.
Brett does have a consolation prize for you in the boot of his car. He's going to give you a copy of his amazing album, Done, a little later on.
He's already got copies of that. He loves it.
That is Beat Glover, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hear it one more time. We're going to roll the outro.
Thank you very much to Benny Sargood. Now we're going to get straight into our next story. From time to time, our city counterparts venture to our neck of the woods and provide opportunities for musicians to workshop, connect, and explore the opportunities available to them to be part of the music scene. Last week, Live at Spectrum went to the VRI Hall in Traralgon to find out more.
The Push is a Victorian non-profit youth music organisation that, through a wide range of music-related programs, aims to educate, entertain, inspire and empower young people. Last week in Traralgon, The Push presented a masterclass of advice and ideas for musicians, managers, marketers and more. We went along to their Face the Music Roadshow to find out more about what The Push is doing to further the careers of young musicians in regional Victoria.
So Face the Music Roadshow is us going out to regional areas around Victoria. So we're in Traralgon right now, as you know. Geelong was yesterday. We're going to Shepparton tomorrow, Horsham and Castlemaine as well. And it's us just bringing a taste of the Face the Music Summit that happens in November on the 23rd and 24th in Melbourne. just bringing some of that out all around Victoria.
I've been going to Face the Music as a delegate, like as a music industry person who was interested in the program for probably about 5 or 6 years now. And then in the last few years, I started to contribute to the program, and I'd come on board as a moderator or a panelist. And when there was a bit of a changing of the guard in the program team, a friend of mine and I, a colleague of mine, Ash Sandbrooks, and I stuck a hand up for it, and they gave us a crack at kind of re-envisaging the program last year. So we changed a lot of things about Face the Music last year, and we partnered with Melbourne Music Week, and we added live music showcases. We moved location and all sorts of things, and it was a successful experiment. And now we're in our second year of programming the conference, and it's a special year for it because it's the 10th anniversary of Face the Music in 2017 as well.
Face the Music, I think, sent me an email, and they just wanted to know if I was involved / interested in talking in regional areas, and for me it was an area of interest coming from a small town near Wollongong. I just never had access to resources, so I think it's really cool.
I actually mentor a girl through the push. Mel set me up with her, and she's great. She is just a young girl that's putting on events around regional Victoria, and so from doing that, Vito contacted me and asked me if I would want to come and speak on these panels out here, which has been great.
The actual event, it's just insane. It's a conference in some ways, it's a festival in some. There's heaps of discussions, lots of people from all kinds of facets of the music industry.
We try to build the program in a way that there's something for everybody regardless of your level of experience. So there's stuff that's pitched to people who aspire to be in the music industry, and students from grade school through to university or tertiary education, and as many sort of practical lessons and contacts they can make to get their foot in the door. But then we try to cater to people at the other end of the industry who've been in the game for 5, 10, 15 plus years, in that they might get to meet high-level international music industry personnel and that sort of thing, and begin to develop their international business. So, I mean, if I had to pin it down to one thing, I'd say networking, and the second, very close second to that would be knowledge and know-how.
You know, in regional areas, you sometimes like you don't have those kind of resources, so I think it's a really cool and important event.
I'm with the freezer propeller, so I thought I might learn a few things with that, and also I want to get into the music industry. I would like to work in the music industry doing like tech and like sound production, so I was interested in that.
You know, I think you just need to be the master of whatever you do, you know, whether it's guitar or singing, or just like really learn your craft and, you know, work hard. I think that's just the reality of it. You need to work really hard.
Well, I guess what Ash and I try to do is closely monitor. We attend a lot of the other conferences around Australia and see what they're doing. We also read a lot of industry news around the world and try to keep up to date with the latest developments in business and technology and all sorts of things that affect our business in the music industry. We travel overseas. This year I went to Canadian Music Week and spoke and soaked up the panels in the program over there. Ash did the same thing at Primavera in Spain and the Great Escape in Brighton. We try to bring all those ideas back to Melbourne and deliver something that's really contemporary and up to date with all the latest conversations in what's happening in our industry globally, so that people who attend Face the Music are up to date themselves.
Like what I do for a job is I book all the bands, I book all the DJs, the photographers, door staff, I run the promotions and the marketing and sort of oversee our promotional team. So I guess on a smaller scale it would be, you know what I mean, getting a venue out here, booking some local bands, some local DJs, like organising some local promotion to be somebody that would be doing that kind of thing, I would say.
And during the forum tonight you said that live music's had a bit of a resurgence.
Oh yeah.
What do you put that down to?
Well, I like to think it's a bit of a backlash against the kind of social isolation people are feeling when they're glued to their smartphones and their televisions and their laptops and their iPads and all these sorts of things. And I feel like more than ever, as we're sort of changed to the digital world and everyone's job generally involves the internet in some way, shape or form. People are craving real life experiences, and that tactile experience you get of going to an outdoor gig or an outdoor music festival or just a live gig in general. I think people are craving social interaction and real life experiences, and live music ticks all the boxes in that sense, and I think that's why live music is definitely still growing in Victoria and getting better and better every year, and the festival market is just booming.
That's the push. Our city counterparts coming down and educating us about the music industry here in Australia. They're always welcome in our area, and I think when they do come down, they do find a lot of hidden gems in our region. Now, in the late 90s, the Australian music scene was thriving with the introduction of Triple J into regional areas, and our next guests were the perfect fit for that. Their unique brand of summer-themed jingling guitar pop makes you feel nice. And they have reformed tonight to continue that vibe. Please welcome P76.
Counting the days, it's almost summer. Let's get right back to where we started. Time with spare apart means nothing. I've been waiting, this time I won't waste it. Finding out what's inside your head, taking back all the things I said, picking up pieces from the rain. Let's get back to where we started. I wanna get back to where we started. Leaving the taste is lost their meaning. There's no substance in a self-centered existence. Raining, the sky is flat and on it, but I don't feel safe here. Makes me feel uneasy. Finding out what's inside your head, taking back all the things I said, picking up pieces from the rain. Let's get back to where we started. I wanna get back to where we started. Let's get back to where we started. I wanna get back to where we started.
Thank you very much. Thanks. Okay, it's been a while since we've played together, and it's good. It's good to be back together. This is a song which we released as a single back in 2001, I think. From a record called Into the Sun, and it's called Sleeping In. Looking for some inspiration, I feel like a meditation. Nothing seems to stimulate me like it used to do before. I think I need a new obsession to occupy my lack of attention. Nothing seems to escalate me to the height I did before. I'm not waking up today for no one. The only way to keep me quiet is shut up. I don't want to waste my time when I can be sleeping in. Looking for a new direction to focus my direction as vision. I can't even bring myself to be bothered opening my eyes. Think I need a new sensation. Take what I get my hands on. Love seems to motivate me like it used to do before. I'm not waking up today for no one. The only way to keep me quiet is shut up. I don't want to waste my time when I can be sleeping in. I'm not waking up today for no one. The only way to keep me quiet is shut up. I don't want to waste my time when I can be sleeping in. I don't want to waste my time when I can be sleeping in.
Jimmy, is that your drum? Daddy, hey, where you go, man? Chat 376. Come over, come over. Not sure I should be giving you this today, actually.
Ah.
Because you had a big day yesterday, didn't you?
I did have a very big day.
You're a genuine Tiger supporter.
I am.
Not like the fake one I am. So you were there yesterday at the
I was
MCG?
there, yeah. It was a day. It's a very special day, yeah. And celebrated last night with a gig at the corner just up the road. So.
Yeah, at the Corner Hotel, right in the thick of Tigerland. So how did that pan out for you?
Oh, it was pretty rowdy.
Yeah?
And it was chock-a-block, as you'd expect. There was people everywhere, but it was great. It was a good vibe.
Was it hard to get in and out of there? How'd you...
Yeah, I had to actually park in the city and travel into the venue by train. And queues lining up the road, so it was pretty hectic, but yeah.
But you love it, right? You love going to the city, and Melbourne's been a big part in your life.
Yeah. I mean, you know, we've for the last probably nearly 25 years, we've been gigging the city constantly. So, yeah, it's good.
This is actually a night of first tonight, as I was saying earlier, and this is the first time we've had an artist come back and play for the second time. You came solo at the start of last year.
Yep.
Did you get much feedback from that first time you were on the show?
Yeah, I did actually, yeah.
Changed your life? Launched your career into the stratosphere?
It was great, I loved it. Obviously I couldn't get enough, that's why I'm back.
That's why you're back, of course, yeah. And you've brought some friends with you. Can you introduce them to us?
Yeah, so Jeff, obviously, who you'd all be familiar with on the drum set.
Can you believe it?
Jeff Barnes and Tim Mills on the bass guitars. So.
It's pretty exciting. It's kind of like getting back with an ex-girlfriend, you know? How does this work?
Probably not that awkward. No, it's great. I mean, we never, I don't think we really broke up per se. We just put it on hold and didn't really do anything for a number of years. But we played a couple of gigs probably 5 years ago.
Yep.
A show in Melbourne and a local one down here, and it was really good fun, but we were busy with doing other stuff at the time, so we decided to just leave it at that. But yeah, we've got a couple of shows coming up and back in the studio in a couple of weeks to record a new single, so it's good.
So it must feel real good if you decide to actually get back in the studio, because you could just get back together and have a jam and go, that was good, we'll do this gig, and then let's get the hell out and not ever do this ever again.
Yeah, well, I think we sort of said after the last shows, we said, yeah, if we're going to do it again, we need to write some new songs. Otherwise, yeah, you're just playing the old songs over and over. So, yeah.
Has the writing process changed for you since the last time you were in this band?
Not really. It's pretty similar. And I mean, I write a lot for other projects as well. And you know, I had some songs and I thought they're P76 songs. So I'd sort of put them aside, showed them to the guys, and we've sort of worked on them the last few weeks, and they've come together pretty well. So, yeah.
Just take us back to that late 90s scene when you guys all got together and Triple J had come to the region, and it was we had Recovery on a Sunday morning, and lots of opportunities for bands at that stage.
Yep.
How did you guys utilise that time?
It was a really exciting time. You know, there was a lot of great bands in Melbourne at the time, you know, that we used to play with, and obviously interstate as well. We did a lot of touring P76, yeah. So, but yeah, it was a great time, and I remember it pretty fondly. Yeah, I mean, there's still a lot of good venues now and bands, but yeah, it was a great time.
Yeah, went on a lot of adventures with it. What's the furthest you... oh, you're giggling. What are you thinking
we were just reminiscing earlier, actually, about a few tour stories. Yeah, but we won't go into that.
No, please. Let's go into it. Let's go into it.
Yeah, no, just some enjoyable trips we had. That was it was quite amusing. Yeah.
You're not going to tell us, are you?
No, we'd be here
Jeff's
all night.
thinking about it, though. Can we get Jeff a microphone? If anything's...
Yeah, I'm hooked up, mate. I'm just trying to think of something that's a little bit G-rated. And there was a lot of drinking, a lot of fun, a lot of travel, awful lot of travel. But
it's so great to see Jeff back on the drums. It's been a couple of years for Jeff. I think. Have we got Jeff a microphone, actually?
Yeah, I've got a little.
Oh, you have got a little.
I'm hooked up, mate. Yep.
But you had that clip a couple of episodes ago where you were having a paradiddle on the desk, and then all of a sudden it.
Oh yeah.
Does it all come back to you when you get back on the horse after a couple of years off?
Well, yeah, it was funny. The first rehearsal we had, like you said, I've had a little bit of a break, and we sort of all sat down and set up and thought, oh, you know, here we go, and I thought I'd see how we go, and it didn't seem to be a problem. Like just had to do a little bit of practice, but it's just like riding a bike. You know, you get back on, and I remember the songs, which is a bonus. Getting old, you know, getting a little bit. But no, it was good. The break's been good, but it's grouse to be back on the kit.
Grouse, there's that word again. It keeps coming up with Jeff, especially when you got back with this band. That you're using the words nice and grousey more than ever. You're obviously really enjoying each other's company again. And was there any nasty stuff at the end of the band? Is there a reason you didn't play for 10 years?
No, and there never really was an end, really, to the band. We just stopped playing, and we all got busy doing other things. I got busy doing my other musical endeavours, and the other guys had other things on as well. And so we just, you know, it just sort of fizzled, I guess.
Just get sidetracked with life stuff and you know, other musical things, and you know, it's.
So you're doing a string of gigs to accompany the recording you're about to do as well.
Yep.
What kind of venues are you getting to? You getting to play here in Gippsland?
Yes, Bundy Hall.
Oh, right. Yeah, tell us more.
I reckon you know all about it, Brett.
Yeah, well.
So we're doing a show at the Bundy Hall with Custard on Friday the 13th of October, which is going to be great. Custard are a great band, so we're looking forward to that. And then we've got another show in November in Melbourne at the Tote, which is a venue we used to play at quite a bit, with a great band called the Earthmen, friends of ours. So that'll be good in November.
As soon as you guys started playing tonight, I just went straight back to like first year at uni and going to see Even at a local venue, and just the way you guys playing together. I love the way you described it as the jingle jangly guitar pop.
Yeah. Well, that's what it is, I guess. Yeah.
And that sound was really common.
Yep.
In the late 90s.
Yeah.
You're finding you're getting back together now and playing it. Some people are going to listen to this and go, "Wow, this is really unusual."
It's probably retro now, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, I mean, you know, I think we're lucky. There are a lot of good bands in Melbourne, you know, and people who appreciate that type of music. So we're sort of, we've got a lot of friends that like that kind of stuff. So, you know, hopefully we'll have an audience still, and it'll be good.
It's uplifting. You enjoy it when you're in the moment and you're playing.
It's great. Yeah, we love doing it. Yeah. So.
I'm sure we've been hearing from some friends online this evening as well. Trent, you been busy?
Yes, we have. I really do recommend that people go and check out the Live at Bundy show as well on October 13th.
Yeah, she's all half sold out, so it's going to be a full night, and with music like that, you can't go wrong.
Yeah, hurry up and get your tickets at Custard there as well. Live on Lydiard are watching tonight. They say, looking great. Well done on the live stream. They're watching in Ballarat. Annie O'Reilly says, hi from Marlow. Lee Marriott, solid sound, Clint. Nice job, old mate. Braden Wilson says, Anya Timmy. We've also had a photo come through from Paul Beaumont, who is a big supporter of the show. There he is tonight watching. He's really enjoying. G'day, Paul. And Tim from P76 Kids are watching the show and love it, which is fantastic.
Go to your room, Junior.
We've also had a message come through from Greg Allen from Gippsland's 1242. He says, great show tonight. He especially loved Macklemore. So that was just a little...
he's on the NRL game.
There we go.
No
Somebody
worries.
got the joke.
Okay,
0411 48977 is our number, or you can just leave a message on our Facebook live feed and we'll read it out.
You think you'd like to play grand final day?
Oh,
you saw it yesterday with the band, and it's an unusual sort of a gig, is it?
Yeah, I think, look, it depends on who's playing. Obviously, I was, the Killers were playing yesterday, and I was there, but I wasn't really paying too much attention because I was a nervous wreck at that stage of the game. So, so if the Tigers weren't playing, I'd be quite happy to. Yeah.
Well, congratulations on the win yesterday, and congratulations on getting this great band back together. I know we touched on this subject last time you were here in the studio, and it was a bit of a pipe dream, and Jeff was worried about not being able to play the drums anymore, but it's happening. So to Tim, to the whole crew, thank you very much. We're going to let the guys play another song because I'm sick of hearing me. I'm pretty sure you all are as well, because I don't have a beard. Apparently that offends everyone. Please welcome back P76.
Left your past behind with your friends in your hometown. Found a better life till it turned you upside down. But now you're on your own, trying to find your way back home. And it's hard to smile when you're feeling so alone. Now your golden days turn from gold to grey, and you wonder why. Then your golden face loses shine with age, and you wonder why. Took a blinded chance to the great unknown. With a master plan, a position to uphold. But now your children cry for the father who skipped town. And it's hard to smile when you're feeling so alone. Now your golden days turn from gold
Thank you very much.
Tim Mills, Jeff Barnes, Danny McDonald. They're called P76. And they're wonderful, but actually, before we go to the next story, we should say that in the Great Australian tradition, they don't actually call each other by their first names. They've got nicknames for each other. What was that, Jeff? What were your nicknames?
Oh dear, it's going to sound very cryptic.
Yeah.
It's Creben.
Creben? Who's that?
If I explained it, it'd probably waste a good deal of valuable airtime because everybody would just go, what?
Whatever.
What?
Well, what were your nicknames anyway for each other? We'll try to remember them.
Well, we've had a lot over the years.
Just give us the abbreviated version.
We've got you know, Millsy, Ravesy. We've had Tropsy. We've had
Tropsy.
Creben and Jason and Creben. That seems to be the that one takes the cake.
I've got no idea what you're talking about.
No, it's just that banter that every band has, and yes. Some unusual origins, I can
when
say.
you spend a lot of time on the road, touring, you have to entertain yourself. So.
And don't fall asleep.
Yeah, right. That's good advice. Great bromance, I think they've got going on here. Another clap for P76. They will be back later on in the show. Now, music as a subject in schools is a powerful tool for opening pathways and making connections in the brain during early education. Keeping students involved can be difficult when they reach their teen years due to various social distractions and perception. One teacher who has mastered the art of adapting with modern times has captured the attention of the Education Department from Trafalgar.
With an emphasis on sport and academics in our schools, the importance of the arts, and particularly music, are sometimes overlooked, to the detriment of not only the students, but to our whole community. Trafalgar High School teacher Ben Smith is leading the charge to change this, and is showing what's possible when kids are given a chance to let their musical talent shine.
So as far as your dad goes, how much of an influence was his music on your life?
A lot. I guess I grew up listening to things like Creedence Clearwater Revival and Dire Straits and things like that, and he's a big jazz and blues fan, so I like listening to it. I don't enjoy playing jazz as much. I wish I could play it as well as he can, but that's not my first love when it comes to guitar. It's string bending and screaming guitar and rock. So I play guitar, bass, drums. I'm a hack at all of them. Play a bit of uke, a little bit of keyboard when I have to, but it's ugly to watch. And when I first started having to learn how to play some things on piano, because I needed to teach kids how to play things, I got told off by the piano teacher for using what she called the chook foot method, which was playing chords and triads with the 3 fingers. So I've since learnt how I should play chords. As a classroom teacher, so I had my own class, so for example a grade 5-6 class, and I wanted to start a band with the kids because I thought they need to do music. There was no music program, so I'd take my class into the dusty old multi-purpose room, drag out all the instruments we had, bring stuff from home, and teach the kids to rock out pretty much. So we started with like a Johnny Be Good, and we did Stand By Me, and we did Wild Thing and things like that. And they'd never done music, so when the opportunity came a few years later to actually start a music program, it was kind of, to me, it was like just a bigger version of what I already did at lunchtimes. And the kids that really liked music continued at lunchtimes, and then I found myself just making a lot of racket a lot of the time. So, and then I'd bring in an old dusty Tascam recorder and we'd record their music, and just a couple of 58s over a drum kit and do a rough as recording, and they thought they were rock stars, so that was kind of cool. And it just grew from there. So some negotiation with Principal Vicky at the time. Thought, oh, we can make this work, so they invited us to be part of a pilot program for musical futures in Australia, which originally started in the UK. And so we didn't really look back, so we were the only primary school running this particular approach, which had never had a label, but it was what I always did. It was just, what music do you like, what do you want to play, let's go.
So Smithy wanted to have an all-girls rock band because he hadn't had one in a few years, and there was a fair bit of girls in our year level last year that really were all really talented. So there was 9 of us and we're all in a band together. And in the end, it didn't really work out because there was just too many people.
He puts lots of things aside specifically to get things for us, like if we need an instrument or something like that, he'll always go ahead and try and find one for us. And
I know when we first started writing our music, he was really encouraging us and he was helping us along the way.
None of us would have been as like talented or would have even been like a band without Smithy. So yeah, it's really cool.
Then you made the transition to Traf High.
Yeah, that was tough.
What was the reason behind that?
New challenges, to work with kids that I'd worked with before. Challenge myself too, because it's pretty easy to be, you know, the rock star in the primary school. You only need, you know, 3 chords. You can play a pentatonic scale and the kids think you're Jimi Hendrix, you know. When you get to a high school, you got to put your money where your mouth is. You got to be able to actually play, and you got to be able to push them to the next level. And I needed that challenge too. So I'd approached the high school. I was only working 4 days a week at the primary school at that point, the year before I started here, and I said, look, I wouldn't mind trying something with some of the kids over at the primary school that I used to teach, and I ran a 10-week program for kids that wanted to actually do music, and they ended up doing an hour-and-a-half music concert, like an hour-and-a-half show of various songs. A lot of these kids were involved in it, not so much the younger ones.
So we've recorded an original that Alyssa wrote. That was 3-4 weeks ago. Yeah.
What would you say is one of the most rewarding things about your job?
Seeing kids develop a love for music. It doesn't matter what it is. I don't mind if it's classical, if it's jazz, if it's rock, if it's Bieber. I don't have to love it all because music is completely subjective. It's about what you like, and if letting kids learn and play music that they like is going to make them want to play more music, then I don't think there's a wrong answer there, you know. So the biggest part for me is seeing kids actually enjoy playing. And then kids wanting to play older stuff like America tunes or Dire Straits or things like that we're now discovering these kids are listening to this music. And that kind of is good because I look at that and go, I can really get into that too, and that does make the job easier than just playing the same 3 chords over and over again.
I came to Traf and everybody was really, you know, music inclined and they all loved it. And I just loved the vibe as soon as I walked in. Everybody was happy and it was just where I wanted to be.
He's a bit of a legend, the old Smithy. Yeah, he's really great. He loves it when we have fun. You can see it on his face, and that's the only reason he does it. He doesn't do it because, you know, he's made to do it. He just does it because he loves it, and does it because he loves it when we have fun and loves it when we, you know, produce music and all that sort of stuff. So, no, he's really good.
He's really encouraging, helps a lot with everything, and just keeps us on track, really.
He's helped with my confidence a lot. So, yeah, got me to where I am now. You know, pushed me into the band that I'm in as well, so yeah.
He really pushes us to be better musicians in, well, every way that we can be, I guess. And yeah, he's really good at organising all this stuff.
Oh, I love him. Like, my favourite, I've even said this to my mum, my favourite thing is when you get off stage, like you've just done something and you've just performed, and you look in Smithy's eyes and he's just so proud. It's my favourite look. It's just, it's wicked. I love Smithy as a music teacher. He's so supportive.
Ever had a student want to do Nickelback?
Yes, I have, and it's the drummer that you spoke to earlier. And everyone rags on him for that, but that's okay. These kids used to say, oh, I've always been told I'm a bad kid. But, you know, when I get to play music, I'm not that kid, and that means a lot.
Is there anything that you would say to other schools about trying to encourage students to get involved in music or get the schools to start up music programs?
Listen to the kids and the kids' needs. And just because something's been taught the same way for 100 years, 200 years, doesn't necessarily mean it's the right way still to teach. It doesn't mean it's wrong, but variety is the spice of life. So there's more than one style of music, there's more than one artist out there, and there's more than one way to teach music.
Good on you, Smithy. Thank you so much.
No worries.
Good to meet you.
A lot.
Much better. I noticed the applause got louder when the beard got on. Yeah, that was Mr. Smith, Ben Smith from Trafalgar High School. He really is doing amazing things in that region. And whenever you go out and you see these Battle of the Bands, the kids that come out of the program that he's running,
I can't take you seriously, please.
The kids that are coming out of his program, they're always shining stars. So he's doing a wonderful job there, and can't wait to see what come of these kids. And we'll see them on live at Spectrum.
Yes,
in the next couple of years, Trent.
We hope so. Yeah, Ben, great guy, and all the students were great as well. Some more messages have come through. Aunt Capabianco says Jeff Barnes looks really nice tonight. Shane from Body Jar says Jeff Barnes, the dreamboat. Yeah. And Kylie Barnes, your wife, Jeff, says you've still got it, and I'm sure you'll sort that
What's
out.
He got? What have you got?
She'll find out when he gets home.
Yes, he's got
tonight.
it.
So thank you so much for watching tonight. Thank you to TRFM for simulcasting the show. Now, a quick few things to run through. If you want to see our behind-the-scenes stuff, you can search for Live at Spectrum on Snapchat and Instagram. This episode will be online 7:30 on our YouTube channel on Thursday night and 9:30 on Foxtel around Australia on the Aurora channel. And we must mention our finale, our final show for 2017, Sunday, November 5. It's at the
Sale Entertainment Centre, which is now called the Wedge.
The Wedge.
So this is our last show here in our studio tonight.
It is.
And then, yeah, we can do 350 people will
Yeah.
be doing the show in front of next episode.
Big
That's
audience.
daunting.
Yeah, and
Better
there's
grow that beard.
So yeah, you got 5 weeks to grow
5
your
weeks
beard
to grow
back.
a beard.
So there's some tickets still available. We really do need you to book via the website liveatspectrum.com.au if you want to be a part of the show. If you don't get that seat, you are seriously going to miss out on what is going to be a massive event with the Stringbusters playing at this stage.
Yeah.
And more acts announced soon. And there was one more message I must read, Brett. Watching live from Sale, this is Beck and Kieran. Thanks for another night of music and humour. You guys are doing such a great service for our community. Thank you. And P.S. After all the hits you've copped tonight, we like you with or without the beard, Brett.
Oh, that's lovely, isn't it? Thanks very much. They don't mean it. No, they don't. My kids like the beard, and I'm happy with that. Oh, look, I am actually going to try. I'm going to grow a beard. I will not shave the chin region. See what happens in 5 weeks.
All right, see if I can grow one by then too. I've been working on this for about 32 years and we're still not any closer.
So please make sure you've got your tickets for the grand finale episode of Live at Spectrum on the 5th of November. And until then, just keep an eye online and we'll do our best to support the Gippsland music scene via the Gippsland Gig Guide and other various ventures. Now to take us out tonight, the wonderful P76 with their final song, Straight Into the Sun.
Almost. Headed straight for the sun.
Headed straight for the sun. Thank you, P76.
Pack your bags, let's get gone. There's nothing left to say. We've been hanging around too long. We're for a change and the bottom rises every day. Brisbane ain't so far away from here, and it's getting me up. We're headed straight for the sun. We're headed straight for the sun. Take a chance, you can't lose. This town has run its race. There's nothing left for you. But there's another place where the grass is green, the skies are blue, sun is warm and the people care for you. There's nothing you can't do. We're headed straight for the sun. We're headed straight for the sun. We're headed straight for the sun. We're headed straight for the sun.
Love you. Best audience ever. Again. You live here, don't you?
Live at Spectrum is filmed in front of a live studio audience.
Can you ring Kelly and get her to drop the keys down?
Dear Lord.